Good morning, FYI family. Very good morning to each and every one of you. Wherever you're joining us from, Joanna Green, June Cameron. Wherever you're joining us from outside, June Cameron. Good morning to you, Leslyn. Very good morning to you. Good to see you there, Leslyn. Good to have you there, Leslyn. Joanna. How are you folks doing this morning? A great morning to each and every one of you folks. Happy Monday. Wherever you're joining us from, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Great to see all you fantastic, lovely people there. Good to see you guys there. Happy Monday. Is it? Is it a happy Monday, folks? Happy Monday this end. Yeah, you woke up this morning. You got quite a couple things to be happy for. You know, as you'll see just now, a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of folks didn't make it. So I am thankful. Another week, heading to another month, folks. We still here. My God, we got so much to be thankful for right there. Good to see all of you on the live, as we say. Wherever you're joining us from this morning, happy Monday to you. We're trying to make sure that we are shared to all of the credible and valid places. We are shared. Irwin Dawn, good to see you. Linda Barker, good to see you. Claire Capel, good to see you. You know, when you're hosting, you can't be looking aside. You got to be looking at you, the folks there. We're trying to dot some I's and cross some T's. Kurt Johnson, I see you there. Marlon Thomas, we see you there as well. Shauna Fortune. Happy Tuesday, Shauna. Thank you, Shauna, reminding me. Happy Tuesday. I'm still there. It's like a long weekend. Happy Tuesday. Linda Barker. It's that long weekend. Troy Fraser. Happy Tuesday. Vashti Pollard. Good to have you there. Forbes. Good to see you too. Gwyneth. Debbie. Troy. Abira. How are you doing, Abira? Enjoying the good life. No doubt. You ain't got to work to consider and stress. That's a good life right there. You got too much stress. Good morning, Abira. Good morning. Ingrid, we see you there. Ingrid Crawford. We see you, Abira. 1111. Yeah. Lucky numbers, I hope. Claire, Alexis Charmley, Richmond. We see you there, Claire. We see you. Folks, how was the weekend? How was the weekend? A bit of busy weekend at my end. Welcome, folks, to FYI, wherever you're tuning in from. We are happy and delighted that you folks are here. It's not good, you know, we're talking to ourselves. At least we got you guys there. Quite a couple of things we want to throw at you as you start the day today. As we start the day today, good folks, we're going to put a couple of things at you for your kind consideration. You know how we do it. Not plenty, just a couple. For your kind consideration. So a very good morning to each and every one of you. And welcome to our broadcast. Welcome, Debbie Collins and Dion Benjamin, Marcia Agard, Marcia Jackman. All the Marcias are out this morning. Apologies there. I don't know. Black out there for a second. Marlon Thomas says I share ready. Black out there for a second. Marlon says share ready. Good morning, Marlon Thomas. There in Region 11. Marlon said done share. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Humble Broadcast. Glenn Anderson, good morning to you. Dolly says good morning, all the tubers. Fidel Albert, Fidel, Andrew Griffith. Andrew, like a Timex watch, takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Just keeps going. Just keeps moving along like Moon River. Deborah Pearson, we see you there. Mark and Jolly. Savannah Page. Savannah, thanks for the thing. Thanks for the thing, Savannah. Just remembered, I saw you going there. Thanks for the things, Savannah. Oh, yeah. You all help me say good morning to Savannah and thanks for the things. People who help us go from point A to B, we got to be appreciative of them. Savannah, thanks for the thing. Thank, thank you so much. You would never see another show like this. Thanks for the thing, Savannah. And somehow you all know exactly what we're talking about. Savannah, thanks for the thing. Thanks for the thing. Thanks for the thing. It's a rainy morning. Folks in Linden said they got some challenges. Folks in the mining town, they've got some challenges. Right? But we're going to make it happen. They got a very rainy red in Linden. They said flooding in several areas. Flooding in several areas. And they're watching it. So good to have all of you on the live. I'm just following up on some of these comments here. You good people. Margaret Nelson is here. Happy birthday, Margaret. Happy belated birthday. Margaret went on a whirlwind tour for her birthday. Happy belated birthday, Margaret. Hope it was fantastic. I know Rio wouldn't let us down. I know Rio wouldn't let us down. He would keep the flag. But men everywhere flying high. He wouldn't let us down. Thank you, Rio, for all your efforts. Thank you, Rio, for all your efforts. Whirlwind. See, when you crisscross the U.S., staying at the finest hotels and homes, that's a good birthday. Gifts pouring in like that, that's a good birthday. Well wishes pouring in internationally. And Margaret doesn't look a day older. Could easily strut any Vogue cover. Easily. Happy belated birthday, Margaret. Onessa Wardine. See you there, Onessa. See you there. Marlon is confirming there's flooding in Linden. Yeah, we've been following it. Ingrid Crawford, we see you. June Cameron, we see you. Kyle Bino, we see you. How are you doing, Kyle? Welcome. Welcome around this humble table we have here. Our humble breakfast table. Yeah, I'm going to show the table a little bit. The table a little confusing. You almost show the table a little bit. The breakfast table. It's very jacket to breakfast, We had some brought ups, man. We didn't just drop like that. We wear our jacket. Be sure the sleeve is not too, comb your hair. Gotta get a haircut this week. Make sure you wipe the little thing out your eyes and so on. Take a little brush. Get rid of that overnight. How you all doing, folks? The first 15 things. June Cameron is here. June said we there. Yeah. Good to have you, June. Good to have you, June. Linda. Folks, again, as we start this morning, I'm warning you and putting you on notice that we're not going to have the shows for 2 weeks in summer. Last week in July, first week in August, we're going to be off. We're going to be in the diaspora. In the diaspora. And I'm going to be in New York, with my people in Brooklyn, with my people in Queens, with my people in New York. And I'd love to do a meet and greet as we're there. I'd love to do a meet and greet with some of you, touch base with some of you, collect your dues. You're good this morning. So if somebody has a nice backyard or something like that, you own a hotel or something like that, a nice place we can meet, you want to volunteer your backyard or your front yard, you got your pool and your jacuzzi and so on, do let me know. I'd love to. I'm coming up, so I would love to meet some of you guys on the ground. We've been planning this too long. Affects now. Too long we've been planning this. You're in Brooklyn, you're in Queens. I'd rather Brooklyn. And take it where I get it. We can take it when we get it. Tracy Clark. Right? Tracy Clark, I come by Naomi. Coming by Naomi. Lester Williams, you got a nice backyard or so on. A little side patio, porch, whatever it is, basement. You have a nice gallery. And you won't mind a couple of us stamping in it. Let me know. So we off the regular broadcast. We can still be pulling out news and information. But the morning shows and the evening shows, we can take a rest. You know the chime with us this morning. I want you all to know the trying, the really trying with me this morning. Right? Really trying with us this morning. I just want you all to know that. Something with the internet like so good to have all of you on the live this morning and let's start. June Cameron said we going to the hill and make roti. Yeah. We're going to the hills and make roti. We'll take it where we get it. Happy birthday, Beatrice Selby. Happy birthday, Beatrice Selby. 13 going on 35. Good morning, Beatrice. Happy birthday. I said it's Beatrice's birthday. Savannah says she's going to miss me. But how you going to miss me when I can there by you? Huh? Savannah, how you going to miss me when I can there by you live and direct? But good to have all of you on the live this morning. If y'all got a nice backyard, a nice something, and you want to volunteer it, works for us. Good morning, folks. What are you guys having for breakfast? You know, us big people got to stick together. Lying down the old foot, have your little oats and berries or what have you. You have your tablets. Remember to take your pills, eh? You know, we get a little grumpy. A little grumpy when you you're advancing in chronological order. Get a little grumpy. Good to have all of you on the live this morning. Mark, June said we're going to the hills. Elizabeth Howard, Sion and Yolanda, Uvern, Denise, Drew, Leslyn. We're going to the hills. We're going to the hills. Going to the hills. First 15, folks. It's some interesting headlines. Just interesting headline. I don't know what. I wish I did. Interesting headline. Going down to she doesn't take too much. Good. Sandra Ford. Good to see you there, Sandra. Sabina Jacob. Earphone says we're building and empowering people. We're empowering people to build wealth. Last week we said with the houses we break down in Mocha. That's how we're building and empowering people. I know there's a U.S. congressman in there. Folks said it's a charade, not a charade. It's a charade. It's a charade. Right? Selwyn Peters, a good morning to you. I got some coffee in this cup. This is not, in my mind, it's not a cup, it's a vessel. We don't need a cup, Selwyn. I got some coffee in my vessel. Good morning, international lawyer, Selwyn Peters. Good to see you, Selwyn. Good to have you on the live this morning. Good to have you here another day, Selwyn. Great to see you. So we're empowering people. We're building wealth. Building wealth for who? Notice it didn't say building wealth for people. Building wealth for Guyanese. Who are we building wealth for? As we speak, as I said, some action happening in Mocha Arcadia. Hearing that Kwame McCoy is on the ground there and some other folks. They're giving this U.S. congressman guided tour over the weekend as well. The ambassador to the UN or ambassador to the UN, Rodriguez Burkett, says Guyana could teach the world about unity and diversity. What we could teach the world? Yeah? What we could teach the world? How we broken up people's houses in Mecca? Marginalizing, victimizing people? That's what we can teach the world. We can teach the world about unity and diversity. When only some getting the benefits. Veronica Primo Rollins, is that what we're going to teach them? Good to see Veronica. Veronica's joining us all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Good morning, Veronica. Yvonne says, pay the teachers. Lead like that. Unify the country like that. So some interesting headlines as we begin this morning. Mark says, teach her world. Teach her world. That sounds more like it. That sounds more like it. Interesting headlines. You see, we're just coming out of celebrating our 58th independent anniversary, and you get all these lofty ideas. You got all these lofty headlines. But you know, folks would say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Carolyn, Rodriguez Burkett, ambassador, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, because as I said, as we're on here now, this meeting with Congressman Jackson is taking place in Mocha as we speak currently. Right? And his handlers, Kwame McCoy and others, they're going to bring out who they want to bring out to have him here, what they want to have him here. Right? So that's what they're telling us. We got the Kwame McCoy and some others. He don't live there, but he's there because he's watching to see who is going to say what, so later on we can victimize them. So we want to welcome Congressman Jonathan Jackson to our shores. Right? Be careful with the lab and the black water if you want to go back. Be careful. Be very careful if you want to go back. And I hope that the congressman gets a good sense of what took place in Mocha. I didn't want to be off this morning and up that side because we wanted to do that, but the internet would allow us to bring a crisp broadcast to you guys. You know? We're on right now and struggling. It's difficult to do business in this country under these boys. So imagine trying to do this on a cell phone or something like that. Trying to bring you what's happening there. So we're going to have to catch you up on that some other way. But as we are on right now, Congressman Jonathan Jackson is in Mocha engaging with residents there. That's what the folks are telling us. Engaging with residents there. And they are discussing a number of things. Why Mocha? Because a lot went on there. Discrimination. And Congressman Jonathan Jackson, he's a representative of the 1st District of Illinois. Right? Yep. 1st District of Illinois. So I hope that the right people go to that event. Not around to crowd people who come in to say, oh, the government do everything nice to me. They broke down we house to put we off we land, giving the land to others. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. We're unified here. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. We're unified. Nothing to see. I hope the truth comes out. But how those people have been so ill-treated, victimized, marginalized, taken advantage of, bypass, wickedness. I hope that is what he hears. We got the videos, All that took place there before the demolition, during and after. It's just we don't want to start your mornings wrong. Not the high pitch. Joel Ward, good to see you there. Happy birthday, Beatrice again. Siobhan, Drew, Devon Hughes, we see you there. Gwyneth Anderson. Quite a few things happening this morning, folks. We're running up to the 9 o'clock hour. There's that. And I told you the headlines. See, I don't think I bring the congressman to see this, how the cost of living affecting people. On that Cane View, Mucka area, all those houses were demolished. You had people tending to the little poultry farms and so on, who had their livelihoods uprooted. How the cost of living treating you? Every Monday, Sabbath News publishes this article, which is engages residents about how the cost of living in this country, the high cost of living, is affecting them. Zealot is the area. They interviewed a number of persons recently for the 77th week, producing and publishing this article. Zealot on the east bank of Essequibo. How the cost of living treating you where you are? Congressman Jonathan Johnson, take a listen here. Congressman, take a listen to how the cost of living treating some of our folks. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And as I said, the folks at Sabbath News went down to the Zealot area and spoke to people. They didn't truck anybody and they didn't bust them. They didn't give them a box of cook-up on 5,000 a box of cook-up. None like that. But you go and you say to folks, how you doing? You only got to ask one question, One question. And you know the whole thing. One question. Like on Saturday, for instance, I asked Simona one question. Simona, girl, how does independence find you? How is independence finding you? 40 minutes later, we still talking. 40 minutes later, we still chatting. You only ask one question. And you know the whole thing. The whole thing. Azad Hussein is 51. Azad is 51, Gail. Naomi? 51. Naomi said the congressman would not understand. The Honorable Jonathan Jackson. He stayed at the Pegasus or the Marriott having lunch and dinners. Spend night in Mucka. You're going to know the whole thing, Beryl. Mark said 300 for Punga planted. Azad Hussein, one of those folks interviewed by Sabbath News. Azad said trying with the high cost of living. How much time you didn't hear that? Trying. Not thriving. Remember your friend said building wealth, empowering people and building wealth. Azad Hussein said trying with the cost of living. That's tantamount to I barely getting by. My head barely above water. I grew up hearing that. How some things you understand better by and by. You hear your mother say, trying to keep my head above water. I ain't seen no water here. What's the talking? Ain't nobody talking here. Trying to keep my head above water. Well, this lady seeing here. She big. That's what Azad is saying here. Right? Azad said living alone and the finance and the high prices in the market affects me a lot. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? I ain't calling names. I ain't calling names. But let's tell a little story. Let's drink this little black tea here. Let's tell a story. I'm a member of the Social Services Committee of the National Assembly. We visit one and two places to see how these boys spending with money. You know, the Hugo Chavez Rehabilitation Center. You visit some children facilities and so on. To see how the policies and the programs that are being instituted for people who are falling on hard times, even our kids. We took a walk by the Palms recently. Palms, you know. Palms is not no Marriott, it's not no Pegasus. Palms is not no senior folks living quarters like you might have in the developed world, Region 11 where you guys are. And about 3 of the folks who are with us, 3 doctors, said, no, this lady here, right? Somebody who is in the facility as a patient. I don't know how they're regarded. I don't want to be callous. It's a patient, not a patient. You know, I don't want to use the word inmate. Right? You'll help me with somebody who is living there, a resident. And the person said, this lady here used to be a senior person in the health sector. Senior person. And I got to talking with her. Retired, couldn't make the bills. So I had to bring myself here. You see the high cost of living? Retired, couldn't make the bills. And before she ended up in the streets, senior woman. She said, I think, at least we're empowering, we're building wealth. For who? Not for Azad, not for that lady. Azad said living alone. The high prices killing me. The high prices killing me. That's what he said. Right? That's what he said. Sugrim. Only name given. Right? Only name given. Sugrim said, I find it hard. I find the cost of living hard. 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 Sugrim says, woman lives with her husband, says, we try to cope with the cost of living. Right? Listen to this. Sugrim is running a little grocery out to house. Sugrim says, as an entrepreneur, businesswoman, I'm trying to cope. But here what Sugrim says next. We try to help others by crediting goods to customers and then receive money for the items later. Says not only Sugrim in a pickle, Sugrim telling you they got others. I credit them the goods. And Sugrim is running a small grocery. Now, Ali said we billing wealth for who? Not Sugrim. We ain't billing wealth for Sugrim. Who we belling it for? Children, your husband is receive a pension. She's helping out. And crediting to people who can pay later. If you got a good disposable income, a good pension, you know, Selwyn said we used to call it trust. You trust in. And as an attorney at law, Selwyn knows about trust. The concept of trust. You got a good pension. You not going to trust. You know you got your 401, 401k, whatever it is you all say in the north. You know how you get in. If you meet pensionable age and you got your own home, you can't own a home. You don't know if you could travel on a pension locally. But instead of building wealth, for who? Balram Sami? Not Balram. Balram from Zilat. Balram said the cost of living affected my family and me. Seriously, his words. Balram Sami. He said, seriously, it's affecting me and my family. Seriously. He said, because public service worker salary, not enough to buy grocery items for the home. That's what Balram told Starbuck News. Public service worker salary is not enough to buy grocery items for the home. Balram ain't talking about rent yet. Balram ain't talking about light bill. He ain't talking about clothing. He ain't talking about put a little small piece aside for a rainy day. For Balram, every day is a rainy day. He said his salary not enough to buy grocery. So Balram got to go buy Sugrim and trust. That's what happens when the salary can't even do to buy the grocery. And Beer says yellow onion is $400 and $500 a pound. Balram got to buy a quarter pound, half of a quarter pound, and stretch it out now. You got to see onions, you just want the flavor. Just want the flavor. That's how folks living in this country. Sad to say, he said we just got cope, Balram, with the high cost of living. That's what you can do. We just got to cope. Just got to cope. Vidya Prasad. Not Vidya. Vidya. From Zilat. Vidya said the cost of living affected my family. Affected my family and I. Because we got kids to support. You know you could take your hunger. Right? But the kids. The kids. That's the challenge. The kids. That's the challenge. So give me a quick second to change gears at my end here. The kids. That's what Balram said. Rather, Vidya Prasad said we got kids to support. 3 kids. Vidya says 3 children. There's a family of 5 because the husband is there. The husband is there as well. Forgive me, I'm distracted trying to help some folks. Distracted trying to help some folks.
Hey, Dominic.
Hold on, folks.
I don't bring that street right now, shut up. I'm about to get up when they're ready to start.
Hold on, folks. Hold on. Try to help some folks out. So you're hearing them there. Hold on for us.
We're waiting on the Dominic. I know we could text the others. What sounds? Going out to these fields, right?
Hold on for me. Yeah, I'm in the wrong place. Let me get this. Yeah. Yeah, folks. So that's what video said. It's affecting me, my husband, and the 3 children. I find the cost of living difficult because my husband's salary is not raising, but the price items in the market are high. Says Vidya Prasad. Mangri Sanichar said the cost of living high. And it's affecting my family and I a lot because the prices of the items gone up. 4 years, high cost of living. No government on the planet would have been going back into office. But we live in a country, people are voting on issues. People easily tell you, I don't punish them. It's madness. That's why we got to keep educating our people. Mangri Sanichar, quoting, the cost of living is high and it's affecting my family and I a lot because the prices of items have gone up in the market. I'm unable to buy grocery items I need sometimes. Even said it, building wealth. For who? For who? Biden, Mayor. Who are we building it for? If they had 4 years of high cost of living, they didn't see him back power. They had to go and come back. Somebody can say, I'd rather punish them. Right? Careful what you wish for. Careful what you wish for. Cost of living. Cost of living. Cost of living. Right? Cost of living. So that's where we are this morning, guys, as we run up to the 9 o'clock hour. That's what Mangri Sanichar says. Salary can do. Terrence Singh, the same thing. Go to the supermarket, Terrence says. Cost of items raised. I got 3 kids going to school. The cost of living affecting me, Terrence Singh says. Right? Terrence says, I got a problem. Listen to this. Keeping up to date with the utility bills. I got kids at school. I got problem buying certain food items. Terrence Singh. Cost of living. Biting. You know, I wish my countrymen well. I wish we build real wealth in our people. How Jack do you live in? Think you gotta struggle buying grocery? Think if I'm gonna struggle? Life's so good for them, they're recreating the flag. Recreating the flag in the colors of the PPP. Leslie Sepong about it is almost 600. Roxanne Gary said the cost of living affecting all of us. That's the truth. That's the truth. Look story now. We got a $50 million US dispute with Exxon. That 50 million US could be coming to alleviate some of the hardships we see with Guyanese. We just quoted a number of them who Sabbath News interviewed. They're telling us the arbitration board ain't even set up yet to deal with the dispute. That's how they're so concerned about Guyanese. Judge ruled that the oil company Exxon must have a parent company guarantee. So any oil spills and so on, they take care of it, not us. Because if they're giving you $50 and the oil spill costs $49 to clean up, what we getting? Or it costs 50 or 55. You see the problems we're in? So we're simply saying the company must handle that kind of negative, adverse event and activity. But Jack Dio and Nandlalam said, no, they're going to fight Guyanese now. Judge says striking teachers should be paid. Strike is a right, part of the employment experience. Then boys said, no, they're going to fight against Guyanese now. No government in the rest of the world will be re-elected with that kind of stance. But quite a few folks will say, I'd rather punish only them. It's madness. It's a madness like the cost of living affecting all of us. I'd rather punish only them. So we're still waiting to set up the arbitration board so we can get back the 50 million US. So that these folks and the rest of us could get some real wealth building. Terence Singh, Mangri Sanichar, Vidya Prasad, Balram Sami, Sugrim, see, Azhar Hussain. Their families should get a piece of the pie. But you see, in this oil economy, 50 million US is like lunch money. Might as well running after that. Right? Waste the time with that, 50 million US. Them boys thinking, seeing billions. So there's no haste for that. There's no haste for that. That's the trouble we got. That's the trouble we got. Number of people perishing and seeing this wealth. Number of people perishing, transitioning, not seeing this wealth. They ain't gonna see the promised land. A lot of folks, sadly, they're not gonna see the promised land. They're not gonna see it, regretfully. And that's sad. Because all your life you live in, here we go island. You're hoping sometime before your eye close, things will become a bit better. Right? Not so much. Not so much. So regional division, 4C, investigating the body of this man found in Montrose yesterday. Right? They said the body of a male was found lying motionless, Port Street, Montrose, on the East Coast. Said the man is Zahir Karim, found in 4th Street, lying on the ground without any visible marks of violence. So that is being investigated. No sooner that is done, police are telling us they are investigating the deaths of 2 men. One in the Kuyuni-Mazaruni region, Hanif Khan, found motionless in his yard with blood oozing from his nostrils, the report says. Right. He's one of those persons there. They ain't going to see the promised land. They're not going to see the promised land. Then in Bartica again, not a body Y'all think it's easy? And while we're in death and destruction, carnage, while we're in that, folks, telling us a decomposing body was found. Number 70 village, beasts. This body is now being identified of one do not sing, laborer of 68 village on the quarantine. You know, a lot of death. They got about 13 of us in this country. We lost 4 over the weekend. A lot of death. Thoughts and prayers with all of these persons who transitioned. Thoughts and prayers with them. All of them, the transition. Thoughts and prayers are with them. You go on a little more, so much hurt. So much hurt in this country. So much hurt. Right? This young man lost his life. Sujit Ramatar. Sujit Ramatar. A J. Sujit Ramatar. Known as Mono. Died in custody while in the Wim police station. Right? He was arrested for killing Joshua Hardat, known as Money. Joshua's photograph you see here. He was arrested for killing Joshua Hardat, known as Money. Sujit Ramatar family wants to know how he lost his life in police custody at the Wim police station. This is all too regular an occurrence. So his family asking for justice. And as we wrap up, this country is not a wild, wild west. Leroy Goraya, Alonzo McLean were stabbed. Right? Stabbed. Here how they get stabbed. Here Leroy and Alonzo were stabbed. Trying to be good Samaritans. It's alleged that Jason Lesper was at a place in Lepentance called GT Bar. GT Bar. Right? Or they were at GT Bar, rather. Leroy and Alonzo. When they saw the perpetrator, or the alleged perpetrator, Jason Lesper, beating his girlfriend, 29-year-old security guard, beating his girlfriend. Right? Beating his girlfriend. And they came to her aid. As any decent man or men would. They came to her aid. He said that Lesper pulled out a knife from his waist, stabbed the two men several times. Those men are heroes. Because they saved that girl, no doubt. He beaten her and he had a knife in the waist. Goliath sustained 5 stabs to his back, chest and right hand. McLean suffered stabs to his upper back. Police are on the hunt for Jason Lesper. They should put him away for a long time. They should send him away for a long time. He beating the young lady. The men came to her rescue. He turned on them. What kind of monsters we got in the streets here, man? What kind of monsters we got in the streets here? It is not right. It is not acceptable to hit a woman under any circumstance. Any. Got a man, she got men, whatever is the case. She take your money, she thief your money. She's a stallion, she's a cab horse, whatever it is. No. Don't do that. Right? You make a bad investment, beat out. You make a bad investment, beat out. Count your losses short. Beat out. Beating the woman in the street. You see how many things wrong with he? In the street, he beating she. And who tell these two for come and try to rescue her? She better push off and go about your business. Rosanna, the men are nursing the wounds at the hospital. That's where they are currently. And as Rosanna said, I hope they pull through. Hope they pull through. Hope they pull through. Hope they pull through. So some of the things we're following. Saw this broad headline in the papers today. Journey to re-election. Journey to re-election. Tushau discusses journey to become a leader. You know, PPP campaigned very hard to getting their candidates. These elections are supposed to be independent. It's not the headlines that we see that sometimes worry me. The ones we didn't see, like journey to defeat. In so many instances, our indigenous brothers and sisters rejected the PPP impositions. Rules were changed at a moment's notice. Like a place called 4 Mile, for instance, in Port Kaituma. When the PPP realized the election didn't go where they wanted to go, they call a pause. They said, people tired. We can continue next day. Disqualify somebody, and then they pause it. Returning officer said, the people tired. Let me take a break. They started breaking for half hour. 3 days later, they called to conclude the election. Call the villagers together. By this time now, they're going to do more campaigning, you know. Hoping to, what's the word, ratchet up support. Drum up support. The candidates still come and lose. The candidates still come and get voted out. This is to show that the fighting people, for them bullying people, didn't want to give any account for how monies were being spent and so on. People vote you out. They were set to vote you out on the day of the election. They delayed. When they come back, you still get voted out. You don't see journey to defeat. Thank you, PPP. Gwenny said the rigging already. Gwenny said the rigging already. Gwenny, you know the whole thing. You know the whole thing. You don't see journey to defeat. Journey to re-election. Huh? Health Minister just elected Vice President of the World Health Assembly. Perhaps well deserved, I don't know. He's a medical doctor. Perhaps he's deserving. Perhaps it's we term our turn as a country. Right? But you could be Vice President of the World Health Assembly and you got rats running on people in West Emrar Hospital. You think you understand that? Vice President of the World Health Assembly and in your home country, rats running on patients. In the hospital. Not running in the streets, you know, in some Bakali. In the hospital. That's supposed to be sanitized. Rats running on patients. But congrats, Health Minister. Well done. Right. Rats running on people. Kids coming down with dengue. 7 reported at Port Moran Training Center. Testing positive for dengue. But he's Vice President. Right. Them things don't change the system, you know. It's hard, meticulous work. Rats running on people. Seem to have a dengue outbreak. Nobody didn't tell you nothing, you know. I had 3-4 days of the flu. You didn't get no warning. Nothing. You could think it's a light chill, next thing you know, it's a fever in your skin. Weakness. Number of people are reporting coming down sick. But then Bides internationally is Vice President. Look nice on paper. Brenda Moore said rats and more rats. Rats in government. Rats in the West Demerara Hospital. Running on people. Got a big rat right now in Mocha with the Honorable Congressman Jonathan Johnson. Big rat they're showing here around. Poisoning him. Big rat. Running all over the congressman. Oh, no. Right? But the health minister get elected vice president of the World Health Assembly. That should make us all better. Another industrial accident. It's like it's every week now. Road accident, boat accident, industrial accident. Becoming all too commonplace. All too commonplace. And Polari Joe, he's just good for observation. We've noted an increase in industrial accidents. Okay. But you're in a position to set policy that influences the mitigation of industrial accidents. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. So yet another industrial accident. Pit cave in, mining pit cave in. And life is lost. Life can just go on. Right? If this man ended up at hospital, rats killed the eating out, running on him. Running on him. This is Leon Lykin. Leon Lykin, 27 years old. Involved in this mining pit collapse at Frenchman Back Dam on the upper Demerara River last Friday. Frenchman Back Dam, life gone. Right? So, the OHS week, Occupational Health and Safety week, is finished, so systems are lax once more. Systems are lax once more. Finish. But Frank is Vice President of the World Health Assembly. Right? And I'm going to scoot around the place pretending that he's doing something. But nothing happening. People dying every day out there. Because of the incompetence in the system. Every day. Them boys are very boastful. Compared to 2019, a well-chosen, crafted year, they've imported 40,000 vehicles last year. 40,000. You know? 40,000. You could spend 2 hours between 2 streets. Just trying to get between 2 streets, you can spend 2 hours. More vehicles and roads. And the roads are being constructed so shoddy. You know? Where they put in a couple of roads. So shoddy. They got some road simulating waves. Freshly built. Deteriorating, falling apart. Freshly built. 40,000 new vehicles. No new policies. No new systems in place to bring down the carnage on the roads and waterways in this country. But they're proud to say 40,000 new vehicles. This just means friends, family, and favorites get leeway and go make a bread. But you can't drive with any comfort. People up on you doing all kind of gymnastics on the roads in this country. First 15 things, folks. Yeah, but 19. Was about 19. But who's counting? Anything for you guys. That's going to do it for us this end this morning. Paulette and Claire and Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf say late. You know, we're on demand, so you can go back and you can watch us once we're off air. In your own time, to come to your own home, you're on the way to work, you just plug in and click the clicks. We're right there and you can watch us. Stop, pause, do your chores, come back, catch a piece of the action. It's a lot happening. You gotta take Windowses. We're in a quiet taste. We're not for everybody. We're not for everybody. We're in a quiet taste. Marlin said the roads in Silver City. Reese's the belt washing away. Some what we saw. We saw what's happening there in Kansas City. Icewater Road. Washing away. Thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Been a privilege being out front here with y'all with this little black tea. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you guys on the next one. We're going to see you guys on the next one. That's our time this morning. And that's our broadcast. It's a hard finish. We got to get off to other assignments. Debbie Apple, Forbes and Claire, Marcia, Yolanda, Sonia, all the way up in Maryland. We see you there, Sonia. Good to have you on the live this morning. Selwyn, Court, and Selwyn Peters, Claire Cumberbatch, and all the other folks here with us this morning. That's our time. That's our program. Take good care. See you guys on the next one. On the next broadcast. Stay safe.